I'm recording. All right. Hi, you guys. Welcome to our Wednesday training. Hello, everyone. Thank you for popping on. Today, I want to talk about for our weekly Wednesday team training, pushing past procrastination. I know that I have an issue with procrastination, and I'm sure that most of us do at some point in our lives with whatever, whatever that might be. Maybe it's not your business, but maybe it's your personal life, or maybe it's working out, or maybe it's cooking, or maybe it's, decorating, or whatever it is. Pushing past procrastination is definitely something that I would love to tackle for anyone who is struggling with that. I do have notes, so I will be referring to them throughout this, and I am going to try not to be so lenient on them, but if I am, you know why. Okay, so first of all, when we procrastinate, we are avoiding the hard things, which then makes us avoid the simple things too. So then nothing is getting addressed. When you tackle the hard things first, it's so much easier and so much more relaxed, because then the rest of your list is so much simpler. Your to-do list, if you have one, is probably one of the most important things that you have at your disposal. And writing things down and then actually doing them is going to be something that you will make huge shifts in your life. Like I said, regardless of, what it is. Oftentimes we do step one, which is writing it down, but we typically don't do step two, which is scheduling, or step three, which is taking it and putting into action and then just doing it. It is really important that we start doing a list. I tend to get overwhelmed, and I'm not sure how you guys feel, but if I have to look at everything, I'm going to look at nothing. Okay, that's just my personality. And really, procrastination is just in our heads. We think a ton about our business, but we actually don't do a lot about our business most of the time. When we think a lot about our business, we often consider that that's us working. So if you're thinking about doing this, or you're thinking about nail bars, or you're thinking about calling somebody, or you're thinking about somebody asking to join the business, or you're thinking about following up, it feels as though we are working our business. But in reality, we are not. Thinking about things like it isn't going to get the job done. Okay. Now, there are times when you think about things like your overall dreams, or like your plan for the day, the week, the year, your business for overall, like setting dreams and goals. That can be considered work, because you're actually setting forth an intention and wanting to move forward with it. But sitting around and thinking about, the fact that you have 15 parties that have passed and not one person has been contacted, and that's weighing on you, that's not work. Okay. That's actually a weight on your shoulders, right? We're going to be honest, that is a weight on our shoulders. Knowing that when they say the fortune is in the follow-up, and we've been sitting on, 300 people that we could have followed up with by now, and we haven't, that is a heavy feeling. Okay. Really taking a pen and paper and writing down, who do you need to follow up with? And then actually following up with them, that is the work. Okay. So, let's see. This is kind of an interesting statement. I really think that this is something that you need to be honest with yourself about. I know I'm very honest about it. I will be the first to admit it. I work a lot, but I'm not efficient at my time, and I will procrastinate these big hairy monsters that once I actually cross them off the list were not hairy monsters at all. They just become one because I have I've got this ball rolling and it's rolling down the hill, it's rolling down the hill, it's rolling down the hill. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to avoid it at all costs. But once I actually take action, it feels amazing. It's great. Procrastinating is thinking about getting something done, but not actually doing anything about it. And action is what is required to alleviate that procrastination feeling. I can tell you, honestly, when you think about procrastination, there's not one positive, aspect to it in reality. It just feels icky. And also, like, when you think about, let's say we'll think about like a matchstick. Okay. Like, I love the matchsticks that have the pink end, right? With the wood, and then there's like pink. It has all the makings of success in that little tip. All the ingredients are there. Everything's ripe for the pickings, but it is not going to do anything if you do not take an action to strike the match and watch it burn. Okay. It's not going to catch fire. It's not going to do anything. Now, who wants to be an unlit matchstick? Okay. No. No, nobody wants to be an unlit matchstick. That matchstick's life is to be lit and to light things on fire, whether that's their business, whether that's your personal life, whether that's personal development. So the only way that matchstick is going to catch fire is when you take a physical action towards striking the match and making it burn. Okie dokie. I love that. That's such a great reminder to us, that us procrastinators out there, that I don't want to be, some stick that has no purpose. I want to actually leave my mark. I know we do. So why am I procrastinating? Really, it's really because I've created this whole situation in my head that it's going to be a lot worse than it is. So what I'd like to really encourage you girls today to do is for you to start a new practice. I want you to start a new practice by determining what are the things that you should be doing or could be doing. I hate the word should. Could be doing in your business that you're not currently doing. And then here's the action steps, okay? This is something that I really want to hone in on, because these trainings that we do, while they're great when you listen to them and you get some ideas, if you don't actually put forth doing it or taking action to do it, all it is words. It's legitimately words that are coming into your head. You gained some knowledge, and that is really all you did. So here's what I'm doing every day, and I'm going to show you. So each morning over your coffee, all I want you to do is take 5 minutes to write down all the things that you need to be doing, okay? 5 minutes, nothing more, okay? I did that today. Okay, here's my list. It is a list, but it felt so good. And I even, like, if you guys will see, I even put like a box right here so I can have the feeling of, yeah, like, yeah, the check mark, totally. So I am encouraging guys to write your 5-minute list. I want you to take it over a couple sips of your coffee and just write your list down. Then, like for instance, if I was what I would put on my list is, orders that I need to be placed that haven't been placed, any invoicing that needed to be done, hostess coaching that I need to have done with some of my hostesses, training that I haven't looked at that I probably need to take a peek at, and then like hostess packs. These are just examples of what you could put on your list. Step 2 is that's step 1. Step 2 is to actually schedule this into your day. Again, I like this way of doing it because this is a baby step way. Some people are more advanced, and I'm looking at you right now. So you can look at your month and figure out overall what would you like to achieve for your month, and then break it down by week, and then break it down by day, and then break it down by hour. That sounds very overwhelming to me. Do not listen to me if that works for you. It is all in your head. Yes. But for me to start my non-procrastinating process, sipping my coffee and writing my list for the day sounds completely doable, and then scheduling it into my day sounds very easy. So I'm going to do that. So step 2 is to schedule out what you need to do for that list to get done in that day. And if you have to break it into segments, then you have to break it into segments. It's all good. You don't have to sit and knock that whole list out in one fell swoop. And then after you do that, you might get up at that point and have to get your kids off to school, or you might need to get to work, or you have a dental appointment, or you have to go grocery shopping. Like, I'm not saying make your list, schedule your list, do your list. I'm saying make your list, figure out what you have to do for the rest of the day, and fit it in, and come back to it. You have time in your calendar that you know automatically. You know when the kids need to be on that bus, and you know when you're supposed to be at that dentist appointment. And you have time scheduled for yourself for when you're planning to go grocery shopping. That might be more of a haphazard one. But when you have scheduled times, you're there. Okay, very rarely, I'm certain people on this team are not missing appointments that are set in your calendar. So set the time for your list. That is step 3. So go to your calendar and fill it out, and set a reminder. And when the reminder comes up and it goes ding, 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 don't dismiss it and not start the list. If you had to be somewhere, hair appointment, whatnot, you would stop what you were doing, you would get up, and you would go do that. And that's how this is supposed to be for you as well. Stop what you're doing and go do it, okay? The thing about working for yourself, you guys, and this is something that I know I was brought into this business to put squarely in my lap, to take a really good hard look at, is to have a accountability for yourself. You know, when you run your own business, you are accountable for you. And really, a lot of times we let ourselves down, and that feels terrible. Don't get into that habit. And if you're in that habit, let's create a new habit that we can be proud of. If you're going through step 1, making your list, step 2, scheduling your list, and then not doing step 3, you are leaving money on the table. This is the thing that makes money for us. And that's really the important thing here is, why are you in this business? We are here to make money. If you are not doing the things that you're supposed to do because you have not prioritized those things, then you are going to leave things on the table where you don't have to do that. So these are the actions that I want you guys to consider doing moving forward. It actually is. So for me, this has like simplified my mind. I'm like, okay, I do have something like this sitting in front of me every morning with whatever in it. And typically, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably scrolling on Facebook. And if I can create the new habit of creating the list that I need to be doing, and then scheduling it, and then getting my kids off to school and whatever else I need to do, and come back to it, I believe my life will be made so much simpler, and my business will be run a lot easier. That's really all that I have for you guys today, is really to consider, if you're a procrastinator, to stop doing that and to follow the 3 simple steps of writing it down, scheduling it, and then taking action. Okay, let's take some action. Hold on, I've got some chats. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mickey. Okay, well, and so for those of you, and it's not true, Mickey is saying that she never takes action. That is actually not true. Based on sales, based on recruits, it's not true. So don't ever say you're never taking action, because you are. But could you be better at it? It sounds like probably. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes only. I mean, Tara, that's how I feel too. Like whenever I can think of, okay, it's only going to take me 5 minutes to make my list. Sure, I can do that. So she loves it only taking 5 minutes to make your list. Yes, Mara is the calendar blocking guru. I just don't. I can't think of it in those large terms. But please, God, if you can, follow her. And let's see. Yeah. Well, that's a good one too. Put your list in your gratitude journal for sure. All right. And yeah. Well, and Mickey, you might look. So Mickey says she makes the list all the time. I tell her all the time, make a list, and then she doesn't do it. Well, on the 15th time that you've done it, maybe that will be the time that you decide it's worth it to you to do that. So that's all I've got for you guys. I really appreciate you showing up. Please take action for the rest of the week and the months following. I can't wait to see what transpires from this. So you guys have a great Wednesday. I will talk to you later. Bye.